I heard you were dangerous with the whammy bar. You're just proving it over there. I'm dangerous with a minor 7 or a major 7. See? Writing hits, setting them up, knocking them out of the park. Look at that, writing hits.
You can't pay for that kind of thing.
No, you can't. As a matter of fact, it's got to be free. It really does. Yeah. Not only can you not pay for that sort of thing, you can't get paid for that sort of thing.
Oh, living proof.
Absolutely.
That is the most musical I've been the entire time I've been in America.
Me too. We didn't really even, hi, I'm Ken. I am the CEO of Reverend Guitars, and I'm here with my friend Andy Ferris, the guitar geek. I've been trying to get Andy to come and visit me at Reverend for years. And this year, the stars aligned and here you are. And I'm very grateful that you are here. And we're having some fun. We're in sunny, beautiful Toledo, Ohio. This is what it looks like. This is a window. It is a window into my soul. This isn't a wall. This is an actual window. That's what it looks like outside. And we have around us a smitten of the Reverend offerings for 2026.
You made some big changes this year, Ken.
We did.
Huge changes.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
but also,
it's weird.
But also it's still Reverend.
Yeah, very much so. Some people thought the changes were going to be bigger. So there's always that subset of people in the guitar community that you disappoint.
Not like you didn't do enough.
You're right. Oh, I thought they were going to change stuff. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, we did do some stuff, you know. But I mean, I'd like to clear up some of the misconceptions on this video with you, if I may.
You
a few
may.
things that are kind of
Absolutely,
interesting.
yeah.
Things that are kind of interesting. At the release, we talked about a lot of things, and we sort of got into robo mode at the trade show, as one does. But the big things were, as Joe, over the years as 𝗬𝗨𝗪 designed guitars, we designed a lot of different guitars on the same handful of platforms, right? And so that became confusing. On what we refer to as the Charger body, we had chargers and double agents and flat rocks and buckshots and crosscuts and all these different things. And what we refer to, the Jetstreams, there were Jetstream HBs, but then there was also a double agent on the Jetstream body, which made no sense. And then you throw in the 6-gun, which is also the Kingbolt body. And the 6-gun we had a humbucker P90 guitar, while on the Jetstream we had a humbucker P90 guitar. See, and so people would look at it, right, that. And that was the look that we were getting from customers. So a very exciting thing is happening for us in that we're working with a lot of younger bands and we're getting a younger audience. And one of the things that I would hear about was that unless you've been following us for the last 25 years, people looking at it for the first time would be like, what the hell's going on? Why do they have so many models?
Yeah.
And so 𝗬𝗨𝗪 came up with a clever way to sort of address that, in that we took all of the guitars that were on the Charger bodies and we just call them all Chargers now. And neither of us are holding a Charger, but I'm talking about it.
I'm so confused.
I know, right? And then we took all of the, well, there you go. Yeah, you can just show one. Yeah,
there we go. There she is.
So this is the Charger H90, formerly known as the 𝗬𝙁𝙁 OG. And it has the same pickup configuration as the 𝗬𝙁𝙁 OG, the humbucker P90 thing. And there you have it. And so, oh yeah.
It's got a little output jack down there.
He's into it.
I am into this.
That's Feisty Red.
Feisty Red, of course it is.
And this is not a new headstock for Reverend. That is the headstock that is on the Pete Anderson Eastsider models. And Joe thought that that looked natural with the single cutaway vibe of the Charger. And he has always thought that. And because we were making all these changes, now seemed the perfect time to bring that up.
You've got this angle here kind of goes with this angle here.
It does.
And
very much.
And who am I to disagree with Joe 𝗬𝗪𝗪?
Right. And then we put the Charger name on all the headstocks. And we repositioned the R, so we moved it so it's a little more in the circle and a little bigger, you know. And even though the tuner kind of clips it off, so what? It's cool. I think when that was first presented to me, I was like, and then the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, oh, that's so natural. Like that's such a cool look. I like that. Yeah, dig it?
It doesn't look like a mistake. It's very you.
It looks like a mistake. It reminds me of you. Yeah, no, totally. I get that. I understand.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, no, I do.
Like,
but it's perfect. It's very much, that's the vibe. And then all of the bolt-on models have this white plastic, and then there's a lot of new colors, this feisty red being one of them.
See, the white plastic I wasn't too sure about. If we're
But
just
it's
talking
cool, though.
aesthetics. The more I look at it, the more I like it.
Well, you know why you like that white picker? Because you have I let him borrow a Charger 290 Purple Punch to play in his hotel room while he's staying here in town. The pick guard is not a single ply white pick guard.
No.
It is back sprayed parchment. And so it looks thick. It's classy. It's a good look.
It is classy, and it looks expensive, for want of another word. You know, it looks more expensive than it is.
Yeah.
Because your guitars are many things, but expensive is, I mean,
expensive is relative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's relative. Yeah, understood.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
If this had a different name on the headstock, you'd be paying a lot more money for this level of quality and parts.
Thank you.
And we do, generally speaking, have different headstock names and different companies, sometimes being made in similar factories, and paying through the nose for them. And for me, Reverend, and you've confirmed this, has always been for the player.
Yes.
So I like that you've got this Reverend ecosystem where everything sort of is going to be a little quirky, you know, a little designed, but still familiar. So if you took that centerpiece there, just there, it could be quite a few different guitars. But the body shape it's somewhere between like Telly and Les Paul, isn't it? It's but with some offsetness.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of things, and so many shapes don't work, both aesthetically and ergonomically.
Yeah.
This is comfy as hell.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the point. All those Charger body models up until this point have all had tunematic bridges, which was different, very different for a bolt-on guitar. And we have gone to the string through the body 6-saddle traditional bridge this year. Greg has deemed that, Greg Koch, if you've known of the Greg 𝗏𝗏𝗪, just shorten the Koch, he has deemed that the Tone Enhancer 3000, which makes my general manager Seth, it makes his skin crawl every time I say it. And once Greg said it, that's it. It's here. You know, but you won't find that on the website. It's you know,
once you told me,
Ferro Block or something. But yeah, no, it's burned into my skull now too.
He has a certain way of spreading himself.
That he does. It does add to the sustain. You get a little bit more mass around the bridge area. It still has a Carina body. The solid body guitars in the bolt-on line are all made at Mirror Music in South Korea. They have been making Reverend guitars for over 20 years. The brown backs were new this year, and the reason being, we like them. Joe and I think it adds a touch of class. I will go a step further than Naylor and say that some of my favorite G-branded guitars, if I may, You may. My favorite Les Pauls are those deluxes from the early 70s that have the red and sparkle tops and the brown back.
Yeah.
I love the look of it. I'm not crazy about those pickups, but I love the look of that guitar.
I'm not crazy about the guitar generally, but the look of it.
Yeah, and I like brown back gold tops too. I mean, I just like the way it looks. It's a classic thing. And so, and especially with Carina, we have ended up having to use a better grade of wood because of the transparent thing. So it's not cheaper to not paint the backs, folks. People say some funny shit online. They do. You know, I bet in your experience with what you do, I bet you've seen some people say some funny shit online, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, the loudest people are the ones with nothing to say.
Yeah.
And I will say that particularly on my channel, people are very nice.
Good for you.
I've cultivated this channel in such a way that nice people gravitate towards it.
For the most part, we have the same experience. The Reverend fans are a pretty cool lot of folks. Yeah, but still everyone, I mean, and obviously when you do something, when you make change, people are resistant to change or whatever. And so like from a distance, you were looking at that and you're like, well, they didn't really change that very much. And then you get right up on it and there's a lot going on just cosmetically, but physically with the bridge. And then, but it still has the volume tone. The bass contour on the Chargers is up there on the top. Can you dig it?
I can dig it, and I will.
Yeah. No, the bass contour.
I talk about your bass contour a lot
Yeah.
when talking about other guitars. I'm like, well, this is good, but then there's this thing that Reverend does, the bass contour.
I appreciate that too. Thank you.
Because it makes so much sense. From like, who wants? I mean, sometimes. Hello. When you are playing guitar alone, you might want a lot of that bass in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Put that in a band context, suddenly what was working down here or here is no longer working, and there's a simple solution.
What I find is fun is with the bass contour. So I've got the new Roundhouse H90 here. Is you can like 2 pickups on, and I will roll the bass all the way out. It's cold in this room. I'm sorry, I keep licking my fingers. I don't want to lose that pick, right? But you get this real. You want to like cut through a mix with something like that super jangly, super bright thing cuts through a mix. But I mean, there's the bass. So when you go to play lead, you want that.
The body.
You want that body to come back in. So it's different from, you know, when you're chording things, as it were. Or if you want to like imitate the sound of different guitars.
This is what I was about to say, Ken, is that I think
cool.
some people would swap guitar for certain things when all they could do is roll the bass down. Like I'm playing through your B rig.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm going to get out of this.
I like what you've done there.
Thanks very much. What I like is what you've done there.
Yeah.
The one that you gave me for the hotel room.
Yeah.
It came from you guys, I assume, from this building.
Yeah, it sure did.
Was it that building there or this one?
Yeah.
One of those buildings.
Yeah, that's where it is. Yeah. No, we're on this side of the river.
Ah, yeah, sorry, we're looking at that. I'd rather be on this side looking at that than that side looking at us. The string tension and I'm big on how the way on the guitar feel. So under the fingers, and my fingers are not very strong at the moment. So I know you've got 10s on these, but it felt right when I was playing in bed yesterday, surrounded by 𝗏𝗏 hum riff.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait to get that guitar back here.
I had a towel that I was wiping in between. I promise you, it's cleanish.
Okay.
It's got some extra mojo in it.
Yeah, it sure does.
It's called 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 juice.
Yeah.
No, genuinely, I took a break. But in the context of my day, it was burger, guitar, but that was over the period of about 6 hours. And everything just felt right. Like, I'm a very tactile sort of, how does something feel? I need to touch it, I need to smell it, I need to hold it.
Yeah.
And the way that the pots turn, there's enough resistance there to know that you're turning it, but not enough that you have to crank it and it's not going to slip. This here, there is one thing that I'm not hot on, and that is how much the knob sticks out.
Ah, yeah.
I like not my knob, but my selector switch. I like the selector switch to be in a little deeper, only because I'm because I'm thrashing, and I'm worried I'm going to snap it off. Do you need a moment, or are you good?
I can't not say it. Okay, I didn't say it. No, I'm good. I made it through your speech. Okay, cool.
Thanks. It felt like I was being listened to.
Yeah. But later, when you're editing this, when you hear what you just said, you're gonna know why I couldn't. It was tough. It was tough. No, I get it. I understand.
I would want because in my job, I'm honest.
Yeah, no,
I could
totally.
sit here and say
understand.
That's the best guitar I've ever played.
No,
But it's just a personal thing. As the guitar geek,
yeah,
don't even mention it. As Andy Ferris, I'd like that a bit stubbier.
We do the new version of Reeves's 𝗤𝙤𝙙𝗪 guitar, and we actually get we get a control plate that puts the switch on an angle, and it makes a lot of extra work for us, but it's cool. It looks cool, and it does feel a little more natural when you're on it. I mean, this is the T-style guitar thing,
sure,
you know, but having it on an angle, especially when you're on the bridge pickup, which is where you are most of the time anyways, or where he is most of the time anyway, and where I am all the time. I don't even know what this is for, to be honest with you.
That's for the weekend.
Yeah, I like that. Business up front, party in the back. Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying.
When I have my LP style guitars,
yeah.
I put that switch on an angle.
Oh, dude,
yeah. So I would put that on,
sure.
about 30, 45 degrees.
Yeah.
Just because I've snapped them off in the past and bled all over the guitar.
Yeah, you are an animal.
I am an animal.
Oh, he's an animal, man.
But particularly, I'm going to keep switching guitars. I feel like I've held that one enough, you know?
Okay.
Just
go. Yeah, grab that Kingbolt because the green one that you had on at the beginning. Let's go back to this for a second.
Still not hot on the names.
No, that's fine. We'll go back to this one for a second. So, the Kingbolt guitar has replaced the Jetstream, the 6-gun, and the Kingbolts. All of those models are now all on this platform, and the body is new. I mean, it's new asterisk. Because we've been doing a similar thing with Billy Corgan and Vernon Reid. And the Vernon Reid thing is obviously a set neck, and so the around the neck joint, it's a lot different. And then the Corgan thing is more rounded as opposed to contoured. But this is it's reminiscent of that shape. And we just put all of the pickup combinations that we wanted to use on that shape. So this is I've got a Kingbolt 390 over here with the 3 P90 pickups. This bad boy.
That's just greedy.
This is in iconic blue with the 3 Steelhead 90 pickups in it. I'm going
to have to go over there and have a look at you. Yeah.
You are in that bad boy that is the Kingbolt H90. H is for
Hamburger.
So good, hamburger. And then so that would be this is replacing the Double Agent W in our guitar line. This is replacing the Jetstream 390 in our guitar line. And the Kingbolt stuff has Wilkinson trems. You can see the fancy new Kingbolt logo and the even more centered version of the R. And since we are here by Lake Erie, we can call it the Mistake by the Lake, which is what they used to call Cleveland.
Really? Hello, Cleveland.
I love Cleveland. I got a gig in Cleveland this weekend.
Never been.
Cleveland's great. You should come.
With the new pickups.
Yeah, now we got to talk about pickups because now that we have these things out, let's touch on these. So our pickups up to this point have been in the production line have been fairly traditional pickups. A sort of what we call the HA5, which was an Alnico magnet humbucker. Humbucker Alnico 5, right? And kind of a traditional PAF style pickup with a little bit more output in the neck and a little bit less output, a little bit more output in the bridge and a little bit less output in the neck so that they would balance very well. And then our old P90 pickups were traditional single coils. It sounded really great. And again, Naylor tailored these for every position in the guitar, so they sounded really good. And they had all that sort of mid-range oomph that you look for in P90 pickups. But the thing is they were single coils and they were quite noisy. And especially when you overwind one of those things, they have a tendency to get quite noisy. Now, Joe has always been a believer in playing with the gauge of wire that you're using in the magnets. It says geek right in the thing, so I figure I can get into this. Versus the strength of the magnets, the gauge of the wire.
Magnets. The strength of the magnet. I'm so sorry.
I've been hanging around you for 2 days. That's how it comes out. No, I'm still shot. Can you hear this?
I can hear.
So the strength of the magnets versus the number of windings versus the gauge wire that you're using the windings all contributes to the noise floor of the pickup, to the output of the pickup. The DC resistance does not tell the story about really how a pickup sounds. And to say to yourself, well, I have to have something that has this much DC resistance, like I said, it doesn't really tell the truth. And so he by playing around with all of these things, of course, we had great pickups. And I'd like to be clear in that we haven't changed those pickups out of our signature models.
Right.
So the Ron Ashton guitar and the 𝗬𝗦𝗪𝗡𝗪 guitar that featured our P90s still have the original P90s in them. Ron Ashton's guitar will always have the original P90s in them because Ron has left us. And those are the pickups that he used when he was with us. So I'm not going to come around after the fact and change the pickups in his guitar, and we're not going to have a seance and ask him if it's okay, right? But now I have a set of these new Steelhead 90s set aside for 𝗬𝗦𝗪𝗡𝗪. I'm going to install on one of his guitars. If he likes them, we'll make the switch.
Sure.
But we really pride ourselves in the fact that the signature artists are playing the exact guitar that we are manufacturing and selling to the fans.
Can your artists walk into a shop if they're doing a clinic and take one off the wall?
100%. They do it all the time. I've had Reeves one time when The Cure was doing all the Riot Fests. Canadian Customs left a bunch of their road cases open on the tarmac in the rain. And Reeves walked into Chicago Music Exchange and bought one of the signature models and one other guitar and took them on stage to The Cure that night. Actually, he didn't. He sent a page. But still, that's what happened. I mean, that we, in the case of Reeves even uses like a hybrid string set. We get his set from D'Addario and put him on there.
So when you buy a Reeves guitar,
it has
you
9
are
through
buying
46. It has
guitar.
the 9s on top and the 10s on the bottom.
I have a huge problem when brands release signature guitars and they just put regular strings on, or they don't do that. Like there's a guitar company that lost a big artist because they refused to put his style tunings on their guitars.
It's weird.
So he always played in drop C. The guitars would arrive in E standard with 10 to 46, and if a let's put it in the terms of a young player, maybe not a beginner, but someone's getting into the guitar and they're inspired by a certain player, and they say, "I'll buy that Reverend because he plays it, or she plays it, or they play it." Then they get it home and it doesn't sound, or it's not tuned that way. They're disappointed at day one. But if you're doing it the way that it should be done, then they're already there.
Yeah.
You're giving that musician the best chance of achieving their dreams.
That's interesting because our friend Chris Freeman from Hot Mulligan, they use a really strange tuning, and we do ship his guitars as standard. Hey, we're honest on this channel. We already established that, so I'm telling you.
100%.
When asked, but I asked. I was very upfront with that. I would prefer to ship these in standard tuning if you don't mind. I mean, I don't care. And if somebody asks, but it's hard because we sell the dealers and then the dealers take them forward from there.
But not everybody
that
buying
is very
a signature
interesting
model wants to
right.
that artist.
But that gives me something interesting to think about. That's cool. Yeah, and like the dude in the Coffin Cats, they do the A432 tuning. And I don't do that to people because that's just rude.
Yeah.
But it's the harmonious with nature tune.
Yes, it is the most it's the earth tone.
It's the earth tone. Yeah.
Which is probably why.
And I'm not picking on him, God, but whatever, dude.
Do you know, maybe it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
who am I to say?
Does this tuner change?
Boy, that's where it gets rough, isn't it?
Kind of. One thing I personally want to talk to you about, just as a guitar player now, forget the YouTube channel, all that, is the string tree.
The triple tree.
The triple tree. Because I've bought some to put on my Strats.
Yeah.
Because the G on my Strats is always like da 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 da, and I needed it, so I bought some.
It is the simplest idea.
It really is.
It really is. There's nothing to it. Yeah. That is another thing. Like there are very few things that we do with the signature models that aren't, again, that the artist doesn't use. On Greg Cox guitars, Greg does not use the triple tree. And matter of fact, when he's here and he just picks up, that bar will slide. So when he's here, he just sits down with the guitar and slides the bar over and retunes it because he bends behind the nut so much that
he slides that way.
He just slides it that way, just so that the G string comes up.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but he grabs behind the nut and does all the bends and all that stuff back there, and that big slinky thing on the G string gives him a lot of room to play, and he's used that. The guy's been, he is easily one of the greatest guitar players in the world. I mean, the guy's a monster. you know how incredible it is to like play at my level and work with guys like Reeves and Greg and Vern. It's so awesome. And just the fact that they like what we do is just, it's incredible to me. It's the greatest.
But you only have 24 hours in a day, Ken, and you can't spend such a huge chunk of that dedicated to practicing and getting better, because you are doing things like this and talking to people like me.
Yeah. Now, I like this, and I see where you're going with this, but there's this idea, I think, at least in my mind, I plateaued at like 30, dude. And maybe during my 30s, I got a little better at guitar because I threw myself into a band that was a lot of improv. And I was just playing lead guitar for a guy in a bar band every Friday night for like $100. And he played all these songs that I didn't know because I'm like a punk rock guy. So I don't know how to play fucking Bob Dylan songs and, you know, and I just, Beatles songs, things like that just completely escaped me. And so he would turn around and he would be like, you know, this in G, and then he'd start playing some Bob Dylan song or whatever. So then I would sit and pay attention to him and listen to him sing. And then when it came time for me to play, I would do my best to play the vocal melody on the guitar. And then after a few years of playing with him, I got kind of good at some of that stuff, you know? And then
No,
I haven't grown at all since then.
I know I'm not going to get much better. I know that I can get sloppy. I know my version of me. I can get a sloppy version of me, which is pretty much where I am at the moment because of NAMM and all that. And I can get a trained version of me, but I know my limitations. I'm never going to get above it. And I'm happy. I have peace with that.
Me too. I totally do.
I enjoy guitar.
Yeah.
That would take some of the joy out of it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I play the same riffs over and over again. I've had people from like the Reverend, subreddits or Facebook page or whatever. I had a guy recently. I don't know why I'm telling this story, but this is great. He came to see, I don't know, I think he came to see Polka Floyd play. He might have come to see the band I play in, the Zimmerman Twins. And I don't get a lot of improv leads in the Zimmerman Twins, but I do get to let loose here and there. And he said to me after the show, man, the people that complain about your playing in your videos should come see you live. I'm like, cool. That was a compliment, I guess.
See, I take that as a compliment.
It was.
Okay, but it could be.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't, we talked about this before. I wasn't made to play here. I never thought of myself as sitting in a TV studio that I made, playing guitar on video. Like when I started working for Naylor, the idea that this would have ever happened was so foreign to me. And I never wanted to play our guitars on video. When back in 2011, when you started doing your first channel, and even right up until when you started doing Guitar Geek in 2016, right? Even then, I didn't want anybody to ever look at the Reverend brand and think of me and my playing as a representative of what we do. And it started with me, with Greg Koch and Wildwood Guitars. And Greg would be demoing our guitars at Wildwood, and I would be sitting off camera busting his balls, because that's what I do. And Steve, the owner of Wildwood, after a while was like, you guys are really funny. And he told his production people, put another stool up there next to Greg and give Ken a guitar and get him up there. And I was like, no. Because like, I don't want to hang with that dude, but I figured out what my limitations were. So once you realize, well, I'm never going to play like that dude. That's never going to happen in a million years. So I'm not even going to try. I'm going to sit here and I come up with like little ditties, just like, I come up with dumb little things off the top of my head. And then Greg just tears it up, and then he'll tell me, he'll be like, go to a D minor. I'll be like, oh, really? Okay. And oh wow, and then he does the whole thing, and then go back to the original thing. Okay, and then we do this, and it's fine. It's great. I don't need to worry about it.
But I'm very much you in that situation.
Yeah.
And we're this similar. I'd be that guy next to most players. However, what I like to think that you and I are doing in that situation is making it relatable to the average person who is going to buy a guitar, because we're bringing the skill level right down to achievable.
100%. That's exactly how I feel about it too.
And
it's great.
as a YouTuber, there's some amazingly fantastic players out there having a YouTube channel, and they're also super nice people, which is really frustrating. But that's
except for Chapman.
There's a different audience.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I tried really hard to have beef with Chapman. I started picking on him and on my videos, and I started like doing all this stuff, and we started like, and then I started hanging around him, and he's like such a nice guy. And you're just like, and then we're like, we were gonna like we were gonna have internet beef, and now we're friends. It's weird, which is totally the opposite of me and Smith, who hates me. So,
Got it.
It is what it is.
Well,
you can't be liked by everybody 100% of the time. Am I right?
No.
Yeah.
I try. I tried in the past. It's a painful process.
Yeah, it is. No. You just have to be comfortable with who you are and take the lumps as they come. Right?
Yeah.
Can you dig it?
I can dig
Yeah,
it.
we were still talking about these guitars. Don't put that down yet.
Oh,
So let's talk about that. Oh, here comes Miss Tor. Hey,
just checking we're still looking.
you out of here? Yeah, say hi to the camera. Hey, everybody, it's Tori. Tori's out of here for the day.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tori.
Hi, lovely meeting you. Lovely meeting you.
Thank you for the guided tour for Andy through our facility earlier.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Expertly done.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow?
See you. Let us know how many mice are,
Yeah. I'll get a report tomorrow.
Yeah, I need numbers.
Hoping for at least 2 more.
Okay.
We'll see what
Bye.
It's a family shop. See?
So anybody can walk in.
Anybody can walk in at any time.
I'm here.
Yeah. Well, there's like 13 or 14 of us in the building, and we all get along pretty well, and it's a fun environment to work in.
I can see that everyone's doing their thing and that the machine works.
Yeah. We were talking about like demo videos and knowing who you are and what you do and stuff. Tori's been doing videos for us for Instagram Reels and TikTok and things like that, and she's a natural, but she's been touring for 5 years, and she does stuff, and she's not going to play like Rob Chapman. But so what? I mean, not everybody can shred. And it's not important, because while Rob's goal, I don't know, I'm speaking for you, Rob, I hope you see this.
I'll send it to him.
When his goal when he started playing guitar was to play like he plays, and he is fucking good at it, right? That was never my goal. Like, I kind of knew that I was never going to be able to play like that, and I like the kind of music that I like.
Same.
I really like this band from the '80s still, this Dag Nasty band, the guitar player Brian Baker, and Brian was the master of like suspended chords, and within like punk rock stuff. And I don't know why we went down this road, but I'll give you an example. It's one of my favorites. I like this idea of one guitar player making a wall of sound, right? And by hanging a note within a chord and playing around it and doing all those different things like that, I look for that when I'm playing the guitar. I look for letting strings ring, and I look for different things, and I don't think about just like speed and dexterity or whatever. And sometimes I wish I did, and I can do some of that stuff, but it's not my forte. You know what I mean?
It doesn't make me happy as a player. I learn some of it sometimes for videos,
Yeah, of course.
for the job.
Yeah.
But I'm fully in. This is my thing. Like, if I can turn the tune off. That's what I'm in guitar for. That scratchy.
Yeah. Got that mid cranked up.
Yeah.
Just like sounding all. Yeah. I like what you've done there.
I was even holding it back. Well, like me, I'd really be ragging, which is why I talk about things like this switch.
Yeah.
on stage anything can happen.
100%.
And
should.
I miss playing that sort of music.
But you see, when you're on stage, you shouldn't have a guitar with a switch, just a bridge pickup, and then you play it. Then you don't have to worry about that kind of crap. But that's just me. That's just me, Tom.
Yeah, I've seen you got a couple.
We still got sidetracked and haven't talked about the pickups yet. Can you believe that?
Can we please talk
That is
about
the
pickups?
Reverend 𝗬𝗢𝗪𝗧𝗪, and you will know it by, if you look at it, we have liberated the oversized pole pieces from the 𝗬𝗚𝗪𝗧𝗪 line, and underneath of that beautiful brushed nickel cover is a Alnico magnet and a ceramic magnet. And the ceramic magnet gives you the punch and clarity that you get from ceramic, and the Alnico gives you that sort of chimey top end thing going on. And obviously we're doing it in a bridge and neck position thing. The pole pieces are oriented the way we want them to be oriented. The pickup is very, very bright with the pole pieces next to the bridge, and this is where it sounds terrific. And so that's the way it's set up like that. I know some people are going to turn them around because aesthetically they like the look of the pole pieces being closer to the bridge, and I can't stop people from doing what they're going to do. You know, we do those 𝗬𝗚𝗪𝗧𝗪 pickups that have the blades under the wound strings and the pole pieces under the plain strings for a reason. The blades tighten up the bottom end of the guitar, right? I see people flip them around because they think it looks better the other way. And if they're happy because there is no wrong.
There isn't. And if you're making music with that.
But this is Joe's vision.
Right.
And so this is correct for us because this was Joe's vision and this is what we want to do. So we're not wrong by doing this. Whoa,
Sometimes.
that came out of nowhere. I apologize.
But if someone wants to change it and it still sounds good to them,
100%.
that's the beauty. And on the internet, there are so many rules that don't exist.
Yeah, no, they don't.
The
They don't exist.
classic, what order should I do my pedal board in? Or which one sounds
100%.
good?
100%.
There are some rules if you want to achieve certain things.
Yeah.
But
I love the sound of like everybody would tell you that the flangers, any time-based thing should come after the gain, right?
yeah.
But a flanger into an overdriven JCM 900 with the flanger in the front and the overdrive coming out of the amp.
But it's a different thing, right?
It's rock and roll.
It's
so good. It's so good. You know, and I've seen like Bob from Fu Manchu have his wah pedal on both sides of his fuzz pedal. Because there's a thing that you do with the fuzz first that goes, you know what I mean? But then there's that squishy thing that you do when the fuzz comes after. That's also bizarre.
I also used to run two wahs either side of the fuzz.
There's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with the bridge pickup there. And then the big change for the year is these are the Steelhead 90 pickups. And if you'll notice, there are slugs instead of screws.
I do notice.
And these pickups are all noiseless. So Joe's been working on trying to perfect our version of the Noiseless P90 for years. What's going on here is there are inverted coils on either side of the pole pieces. So instead of having like side-by-side coils like you have in a humbucker, you've turned them both 90 degrees towards the poles. And they're also Alnico 5 magnets, but if we're just looking at DC resistance, we're talking like 28, 29K, it's crazy. But because of the way the pickup is designed, they have to be wound that hot in order to give you enough signal to sound like a normal P90 pickup, right? So it's not really about the resistance. The thing that it's cool that it's done, I'll turn off the slap back here, is it's bright. So it sounds like a single coil and not like a humbucker. And there are a lot of great noiseless P90s out there that sound like humbuckers. I think when you stack a pickup, when you stack a single coil or stack the coils on top of each other, whether it be in, Strat P90, whatever, you end up with a pickup that sounds more like a humbucker traditionally.
Yes.
For some reason, I don't know why, but this retains that bright character. And even the neck. And you can hear, there's the middle position, as Craig would say. And when you get to the positions 2 and 4, they still have the phasey, quacky thing. And that's hard for two humbuckers to do that. And so these things are, I'm so excited about them. I love it. And I'll go to the bridge pickup and I'll turn on, I don't know, this is a super badass distortion from NXR. Hopefully we don't blow the thing out. Oh, there we go. I mean, you're getting some noise, obviously, because that was a hell of a lot of gain.
Punch me in the face.
But that's not. These pickups sound incredible. I don't know how he did it.
I'll take a P90 over any other pickup.
Yeah.
The P90s have become the answer to everything for me. But the noise is sometimes prohibitive to what I want to get. I do want to just see if this does the thing that we've been hearing all over the NAMM show, of that sort of low gain, you know, that bluesy thing.
Okay.
Is this a Strat scale? Is this a 25?
Yeah, it's 25 and a half. I like that that bass contour really changed the whole voicing.
It really did, didn't it? It was aggressive, and bear in mind this is not my rig.
No, I understand.
But I got there pretty much where I wanted it. Still a bit too much drive for what I wanted, but
that's what's great about the bass contour control. Is you can change. The first time you did it, you were pairing it with the volume control.
Yeah.
And it completely changed the character of the guitar. And it did take it from, it took it from like a Strat thing to like a Junior thing.
Yeah. I mean, that is very Strat-like. Oh no.
Well, we're talking about the bass contour control.
Oh no.
And I don't think we can realistically have a conversation about the bass contour control without talking about this.
You did something earlier with that guitar, Ken, that well, you have to do right now for everybody, because I enjoyed it so much.
I don't remember what that was.
It was when you did.
I want to show you. I tuned it up about an hour ago, and it's still in tune. That's pretty awesome.
That's amazing.
It's so cold in here, y'all. So freaking cold in here.
Freezing.
What was I doing?
You turned off the whole bass, and we got a Ricky sound.
Listen to how gnarly that is. That's with the bass contour off. I know, we play that song all the time. Honestly, Greg and I play that song constantly, because Greg can lead like a madman over that. Like, he sounds incredible. But anyway, sorry. That's just on the bridge pickup. In the middle pickup, or the middle position, I'll take the bass contour all the way up. There's your Ricky thing. On the neck. The Airwave is, it's the best 12-string money can buy. You can't spend 4 times what this costs
What
and
does
get a
this
better
cost?
guitar.
Map price.
$15.99, $16.99, somewhere in there.
I am not a fan of 12-string guitars because
Yeah.
for me a 12-string guitar is a guitar that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But nothing about what you just played was evil to
So
my ear.
historically, people just slapped 6 more strings on the guitar that they're already making. And Joe sat and really figured out what was wrong with all the 12 strings and set out to address them. So this guitar came about with Chris Funk of the Decemberists, and they have a lot of 12-string songs. I wish I knew how to play one. Something like that, right? Yankee Bayonet. I think I'm close. He plays so many songs on Electric 12 Live, and he was touring with the Vintage Vox, and it was just kicking his ass. So cool looking, right? So cool looking. But I mean, it was a nightmare to keep up every night on the road. And he had a 12-string, he had a Club King guitar, and he had a Man-Ray 290 from us. And he had made an offhand comment to me once, like, if I had a 12-string, all my electrics on stage would be Reverend's. And I was like, I want to see that
Put
happen.
that in there, yeah.
So I said something to Joe about it, and I dragged Joe kicking and screaming into doing a 12 because it's a weird niche market. But not unlike the Pete Anderson Eastsider thing, once Joe committed to it, then he started looking at what was fundamentally wrong with the 12 strings that were out there and decided to address it. So we've just updated the model again. It used to be on a body shape that was a little more reminiscent of our Jetstream, or as it were, just a little larger. And now we've made it a little more reminiscent of the Kingbolt that Andy was holding. And it's a beautiful guitar. It's got a mahogany body and a solid spruce top. It has the string ferrule block in it, but this Gotoh bridge allows 6 strings through the body, 6 strings top load, 12 individual saddles, so you can intonate this guitar right out of the gate. And then it's got 12 locking tuners. And of course, we set them up so the nut slot's done properly. It's 1 3/4 at the nut, so even us big hand fellas can play C chords with it, right, and go.
Can I have a go?
Oh, I know. No, this is mine.
Come on.
Yeah. The spruce top gives it a bit of an acoustic zing. Right. So there's a lot of clarity happening there, and it's just an all-around badass guitar. I'm gonna go back to this round.
So weird. I could do with tuning it a little bit because it's freaking cold in here.
Yeah, I did beat its ass a little bit too,
but I don't feel like I'm lost. I don't feel like I'm playing a 12-string that I can't play. If it's not that alien to me, and I'm so used to having to change the way I play in order to play a 12-string. But the bridge is what interests me the most.
So I'll tell you, back in 1992, Ibanez made a 12-string RG for 1 year. And
I did not know that.
I have it. It's natural. It's really funny looking. 2 humbuckers. It's natural basswood, probably, with like a tortoiseshell pickguard on it. It's really weird looking guitar, rosewood board. RG headstock, but with 6 on a side. And it's kind of where they kind of straightened it out a little bit in order to make that happen, you know. But it's really cool. And I fell into a screaming deal on one, just mint. You know, Fujigen did them, and that Gotoh bridge is what's on that guitar. And I collect Ibanez stuff, and I got this just on a whim, as just like a weird, oh, that's weird, I gotta have one of those. And I looked into the bridge, and they got still offered by Gotoh. And I was like, holy shit. And I told Joe about it. I'm like, check this out. You can still get this bridge. And Joe got one. And he's like, yeah, this is it. So, and the cool Airwave logo on the headstock is super cool and pretty.
It does fit.
It has the Pearloid. The Airwave has the Pearloid tuners, like the new Matt West model has the Pearloid tuners, which look really cool.
What I would love to see you do, Ken, with Reverend.
You know what you should do?
You know what you should do, dude. My request is that Ibanez do this low poly finish.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of feel the wood.
Yeah.
And while I dig these very, very much, I'd love to know if I can get a little closer to the wood.
The mirror finishes are a little thinner than the Mies finishes.
This
in
I
case
can
you
feel.
haven't noticed.
I can. This feels more glassy.
Yeah, yeah.
And if this were my guitar, the first thing I'd do is take some rough to it and rough it up a little.
There's a thing with like the set neck versus the bolt-on thing where like traditionally set necks are finished all around the neck and stuff like that. And there are a lot of people that take their Les Pauls and take a little wet sandpaper to them and get that, you know, stuff going around the back. We have a tendency when you look at our guitars, set neck versus bolt-on, we have a tendency to do the traditional thing. The set neck guitars have cream plastic, the bolt-on guitars have white plastic. The set neck guitars have glossy finishes on the back of the body and the neck. The bolt-on guitars have satin finishes on the neck. But even the regular finish on the mirror guitars, we very purposely specify a thin sealer and a very thin layer of paint on them. So when you hold up the guitar, sometimes you can see some of the carina, you can see some of the wood grain in the guitar because the sealer shrunk into the wood grain a little bit and carina's kind of porous. And I would rather have that, that's not a flaw. I would rather have a thinner finish on the guitar, allowing the guitar to resonate, than just completely bury the guitar in clear coat and have a perfectly smooth finish.
100%.
To me, it's more important to have a thin finish on it. And especially with the mirror guitars, you notice that a little bit more than with the mirroring guitars. That is a difference in the two for sure. I love this natural airwave. That spruce top just really, really pops.
I wasn't feeling it at first, but now I've got it.
Yeah.
I am feeling it. I look, when you had it on your lap, I was like, I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, yeah.
But now I've got it with me. It feels like a bit like an acoustic, you know? And because it is quite a large body, I feel quite at home with it.
That's too bad. That's not what we were going for.
Now, I know you're not going for an acoustic, but I very often look down and I'm playing an acoustic.
I make a lot of acoustic jokes because I don't know how to play them. I just don't know how to play them. I can't ever make them sound good or whatever. I've never tried. You know what I mean?
Well, they're kind of like electric, just louder.
Plus, it reminds me of the guy in the corner of the restaurant that you just want to stop because you're trying to eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been that
And
guy.
you're like, is somebody paying that guy to do that? Why won't he stop? I'm trying to enjoy my dinner.
You know, the worst thing that can happen to me is when someone says, we're having a party, can you bring a guitar? Oh, no, please, no. No, please, no.
Oh, that is the worst.
Because then I'm that guy, I'm like, I hate everything about my choices in life. All right.
No, I had that exact experience. There's a couple of police officers that hang out at the gas station that I used to get coffee every morning. And one of them was having a bonfire and they were like, oh, dude, you could come over, you could bring a guitar and hang out, you know, and have a couple drinks and shit like that. I'm like, cool. And I'm having a party at my house next weekend. Could you come over and be a cop?
Hell yes.
I need you to come over and work security.
Oh, well.
We went through a lot of stuff here.
Did.
We did. And we made some noise.
The thing is, I could just sit with you for a long, long time. And we're always seeing each other at shows. We're always making the best of the small amount of time we have.
Yeah.
And that we haven't got to do that here.
Yeah.
Because I know the man who has the keys to the building.
Yes.
But yeah, I wish you all the best with these new models, man. I think from
you.
what I've seen so far online, that the response and the reception of these has been very, very positive. I can tell you that the ones that I have played have been a joy to play.
Excellent.
And I want to play some more.
All right.
Well,
just give me a little something. Give me a little jingle. Give me a little jingle jangle.
I'll give you a little jingle.
Give me a little jingle jangle.
I can't blame the tuning if anything goes wrong in this.
know what that was. Thanks, everybody.
There are things on the screen that you can do stuff with, and there are links underneath us, so you can do stuff with that as well. Ken, thank you.
Thanks, brother. Thank you so much for taking the time to come here and hang.
It's an absolute pleasure, and thank you to my family for allowing me to do so. Goodbye.